This woods is going to be great. Hi everybody. Kenny, out you come. Welcome to an amazing place. What a place to come for a picnic or for a run out in the afternoon when we're searching to do that kind of stuff. The flowers are just, within the next week or two, they're going to explode around this place. We're going to give you a little guided tour, but for all the different reasons. My name's Alan Robson. If you've not watched any of these before, we travel all over the world doing radio and television. At the moment, we're doing these incredible ghost tours, and what a place. Have a look at that. That is Preston Tower. It's north of Alnwick and slightly to the right, and it has a history that people don't talk about. Yes, we know we're in border Reaver country, there's no question about that. So many other stories. With me, holding the camera, we have Hollywood McShane. It's going to get wobbly because Kenny's going to grab it now so that Tony can come out. Now, hello. Tony got here first. We've got some drone footage that we'll be sharing with our supporters a little bit. It's amazing to start with. We've already had a chat with the gentleman who owns this place, who's scared witless of that.
I don't blame him because I was a bit scared in the bottom room as well.
Now, because of that being what it is, we're coming back to it a little bit later. We're going to carry out, and one of the supporters has asked if we could carry out a blessing. I'm getting eaten by midges at the moment. They want their look to change. They've gone through a really tough time, and I think most of us have had a hell of a year. So for you, in the tower, in the reception area of the tower, we're going to carry out a ceremony this hour. So if you want to get stuff ready, Tony, thank you for being with us. But while you're there, explain what you felt when you went into one of the rooms in there.
I felt, well, it was the bottom corner, which I later found was the prison. I just felt darkness, and I don't feel awkward in places, but in there, I just felt like I had to get out, basically.
Right. Well, we're going to spend some time in there, and you're going to see it. We're going to record an hour, not for any other reason. You'll get that whole hour live, untouched, unedited, but just purely and simply because the walls are 3 foot thick. We don't want to freeze every 10 seconds. So you will get it in pristine condition. So get ready for that. Kenny's with us, of course. And do not forget, if you share.
Mine on.
Upside down. Dollop.
That's bad luck, isn't it? That's not a good start.
No, but our friends in Australia can also purchase the Night Owl badge. We've got a new batch of them. It's going to be our last batch for a while. If you want them, come and get them, please. And they're waiting there.
Share this stream and you can win
Share
one.
the stream and you can win one. That's how you get them. So make sure that you do.
And I'll be checking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For everybody that shares, I will pluck a hair out of Kenny's head. There you go. Or chest. And we'll work our way down the body.
I'll share my chest.
But the bottom line about this place is the incredible history. It all abounds because of that building. But what was here? Let me show you. If you come down here, and obviously they're getting it ready, you can see watering cans and they're checking out the lawn and they're trying to get rid of the odd mole, I can see. But just over there, through the trees and beyond, and if you see the sun is just going down through the trees there, Tony. I don't know whether you can.
Yeah, you can see a tiny bit.
Beautiful orange glow over there. That's where the original place of Preston used to be. Now, we're going back almost 1,000 years. Conventional history kind of starts 7, 8, 900s. However, the pagan chronicles say that there were people living on this land, especially what used to be Old Preston. And why was it called Preston? Any ideas?
No, none.
Priest town. It was a settlement. It didn't have much of a name. Chait, it was called. Now, I know Chat Hill's not far from here, but Chait, the province over yonder, it became Preston, priest's town, when the monks came here, and there was an abbey nearby, and they tried to make this a religious settlement. But the pagans who lived here at the time wouldn't have it. However, by the time the pagans had kind of forced the abbey to close and the monks to disappear, it was already known as Preston. So Preston, it remains. So what else happened here? Well, I have to tell you about a huge battle. A very important battle too. It didn't happen here, but the remnants of what happened came back here. So let me just tell you, we're talking about the Battle of Flodden Field. Now, this was the battle where the Scots lost 14,000 men, the English lost 5,000, and they brought the dead body of the man who lived here, whose name, he was French, Giscard Harbottle. And I don't know how you get a French name like Giscard with Harbottle thrown on the end of it, but you did. Giscard Harbottle died on Flodden Field, and they brought his body back here. And with it, they brought a lot of the wounded English soldiers. I have never had as many mosquitoes around my head as I have at the present moment. So if you see me swallowing them and breathing them, try and bear with it. It's not a pretty sight. So they brought his body back with the wounded English, and they were putting hot pokers to seal wounds. They were ending the lives of any Scots that didn't have any use for the English to raise money. So this, if you can imagine the land around here, remember that at that time there was a castle keep here, and there was a tower just like that here. They've created this as an area for bats because this will create a lot of, and it'll help. This is full of midges. You sugar lat bush, the midges come out, the bats come down. You'll see them later because they're all over here. So we're going to take a walk on the land where a lot of things happened. I want to tell you the story of a witch when we get down to where she lived, or where we believe she lived. But in the meantime, this is the area where so many people died. There's also a pit somewhere on Preston land, and we believe it to be this patch of ground. Somewhere here, there's said to be a pit. They couldn't find any cemeteries nearby that would take the dead Scots. How did the Scots get killed? Well, they were fit enough when they were brought down here as prisoners, but if they were found to have no value to the English dispatched them, killed them, and got rid of them. And because the English are traditionally lazy when it comes to that, they wouldn't dig a grave for them, not individual graves with headstones, give them a Christian burial, because an awful lot of the Scots were absolutely as Christian as any of the English were. Instead, we believe they were put into a pit somewhere. So somewhere, possibly, it could be right under our feet. It could be, and it's the best fertilizer you could get. How do you think trees get to be the size of that sucker over there? It could well be that these Scots were buried in a pit, and then nature just did its thing.
They wouldn't put them in coffins either, would
They wouldn't put them in coffins. They'd be ladled in there.
Let's hope it's the same tomorrow then. They can't get in the box.
Oh, dear. No, so we've got incredible trees, incredible plants, and this is going to burst into colour in the next few weeks.
Smells gorgeous.
It does smell great, but it's haunted here. So we're going to head and leave this till a little later. We're going to be back in about 35, 40 minutes to carry out that blessing. So if you want your luck to change at all, stay with us and we'll show you how that works. But we're going into the ground where so many people ultimately died. They couldn't put the amount of English wounded inside the tower, even it being twice the size. They had them in camps and just on canvas here on the ground, and they lived and they died here. So we're going looking and hoping we can find a lot more than midges as we go. There was a rhyme. Tony, you can lead us. What a girth for that tree. And you see here, you see these things. Some people say, oh, they're just knot holes. They may well be knot holes, but can you see? Tony, come round and have a look. There.
That wasn't back there, wasn't it? I just come out of the tree.
I didn't see it. Move round a little bit. Can you see holes in the tree?
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah, you can see them.
You can see them. Some people say, especially when they get higher and higher, but remember, maybe when those holes were made, it was when the tree was much lower, and then it grows and it takes them up.
Mm-hmm.
Some people believe that they are where witches have been pinned. And as I mentioned earlier, yeah, there's Kenny's got his hand in him. And because they wanted rid of the witches, those people who were Christian here, you can't kill a witch, because if you kill a witch, you get 10 times the amount of bad luck. And it's luck that we're talking about a little bit later on. So you would nail them to a tree and they can't break free. And slowly but surely, insects would lay their maggots inside their ears and inside their nose and their mouth.
Might need torchlights for these.
And any other aperture that you might get. Whoa! Whoa. Something just moved through the bush right to our side there. But talking about flooding, there's a rhyme. Because the English lost 5,000 men, the Scots 14,000. King James of Scotland was killed. And they always remember things in rhymes, the Scots. Light up the path ahead of Tony so that you can see it, Kenny. This is the rhyme. To tell you plain, 15,000 were slain, that to the fight did stand, and many prisoners took that day, the best of all Scotland. Whoa! Wow. That day made many a fatherless child and made many a widow poor, and many a gay Scottish lady sat weeping in her bower. We mentioned Sir Giscard Harbottle. He had his body returned to Preston Tower, along with hundreds of dead English soldiers to be buried and the badly wounded and some Scots, as we mentioned. And there's a Northumbrian rhyme that tells of the scene. The blood ran deep into English ground as the valiant breathed their last. The gallant lord brought home in 2 halves his regal days long past. Amongst friend and foe, loud cries of pain, of agony and dread, to remain for all time scarred by war, home to the living dead. And here we are, home to the living dead. Are they going to come out and show themselves to us tonight? That's the question. Some of the Scots were... Whoa! Noise behind. In here. Yeah, just something heavyweight going on in there. Like a growly kind of voice. Growly kind of voice.
Because when you see the sticks like that, you may even go like that, how you surely. I think the wicker man thing, isn't it?
Let the camera in, Kenny. Let Tony dive in. Tony, it's through. Yeah, we're talking about.
Is it here? I can see better this way.
Do you need a bit of light?
Yeah, I think the torch. See what's beyond it.
Oh.
Isn't it? You're not there. That's not natural, surely.
Isn't it strange? Nature, though, is an amazing thing. And there's big sharp holly bushes here that nearly got Kenny with it. I was trying. Some of the Scots' dead bodies were burnt here as well, and the ash just scattered. And you sometimes look at the ground and you think, I know, absolutely. And here they're letting the grass grow wild so that wildlife can abound. And in this area, back in the 1000s, there were bears here. You got to remember that, before we separated from Europe, and that was a long time ago, bears from Northern Europe settled in Britain, and then the land bridge closed, and we had bears and wolves here for quite a long time. Like a hide, I suppose it could be. Oh, bats.
That's a bat. I knew there was a bat there.
There's a bat just for
There's another one. See them?
Yeah, they're bats.
He said they live in the tower, so
Yeah, they live in the top of the tower.
we should see them later. We'll look at that.
I like bats. I'm a fan. That's open though, isn't it? Oh, look at that.
That, isn't it? Look at
Talk
that.
about that.
Oh, she was. That's like a water forest, isn't it?
That is, yeah, man.
Oh my God.
The ground here just feels full of history.
Isn't it?
We're heading down to where there was another famous tale. There's a few from this neck of the woods. Story of, well, the bats will be here, there's no question. This is a creepy forest, man. Look at down there. Look at that trail down here.
What the hell was that?
Did you catch that?
Listen. That was like a whale, wasn't it?
Yeah. Watch out this way. Have you been down here, Tony?
No, he just said there should be a stream.
The stream?
Oh, maybe it's the wrong way. No,
This looks like road.
that's the main road. It must be the trail that we need to go down.
Right.
Yeah.
My gut was telling me that was the way. These woods, mind you, Kenny. I'm sorry, but this is proper. You know that sometimes people when they have a bit of land there, they're determined to make it look anything but natural. Natural wins every time, doesn't it? Absolutely.
We might yet.
It's possible.
How would you know what was it?
Yeah. I got to take you back in time a little bit for our next story, which is down this next track. We knew it was along this way. We weren't quite sure which direction to go, but we do know it now. And don't forget, if you want to take part in our ritual a little bit later on, you're going to need a candle. You're going to need a little bit of your own hair, just a tiny bit of your own hair. You're also going to need a silver coin of 5 pence, 10 pence, 20 pence, 50 pence. You're going to need a, don't worry, you're not going to lose it. But there was a lady from a place called Embleton who lived at a spring in Preston. Now, the only spring that I can find in Preston, there may be others, but the only one we know about for sure is down this trail. So this is witch country that we're heading into. Old Nan, whoa, old Nan used to live at this spring that we're heading to now. And she used to heal the sick, and she'd birth all the babies. Farmers would come to her, and you know, if there was a cow or a sheep in trouble, old Nan used to be the one to fix it. Now, the problem was she was a wonderful old woman, but the clergy hated her because instead of coming to them for help and well-being and all of that, instead they used to go to old Nan. And they said that it was down to her. This was 1590, mind you. Oh, look at that tree stump up there. They claimed she was a witch because there was widespread hysteria at the time that malevolent satanic witches were supposedly threatening Christianity. Whoa, that was to your left. To your left there. Just something, I think it was like maybe it's a bird. I hope. There was something heavier running through the bush. Oh, watch your step, Ken. So the Northumberland magistrates, especially the ones around here, became rich because they could make 3 shillings and 4pence if they were to try a witch. That's what they got. Then they were given £1 5 shillings to kill, bury, and conclude the case. In other words, she was going to be found guilty and you were going to have to kill her. And if you did, then you got the money. If she was found innocent, you didn't get the money. So guess what happened to most of the witches?
Exactly.
They all went the journey. They weren't witches, most of them. Nan was hanged the same day as a lady called Agnes Sampson. She was taken to Holyrood House, where the king himself was so concerned about witchcraft that he tried the case himself and found Agnes Sampson guilty after 57 hours of torture.
Can you hear that in there? That's the 3rd time I've heard it.
What was it?
Bat? Is it a bat?
If that was a bat, you wouldn't hear it.
Would you?
Birds, maybe. Yeah, but
No, it's not a bat.
You think? Definitely.
flapping.
No. That. You hear that?
No. I must be going mad. What was it?
It was about 5-6 times. Did you hear it?
I
Kenny?
did.
I was too busy telling the tale. Sorry, guys. Missed it.
Thought we'd picked up.
So, on one day, 100 witches hanged across the north. And it's said that in these woods, her angry poltergeist, it's around the well. Is that the well? Is the water down there? There is.
There is water.
That's the spring anyway. Oh, listen. Isn't that a glorious sound? Because it's the water that we all came from, you know. And it's where we return at the end of our lives. We go back to the water. Our life force is respread. I love the sound of that. Isn't that gorgeous? There's flying things in here that's eating me alive. There's water all the way down there, do you see? Make sure you save some more for...
Oh,
Because we've already been in the tower. Can I just tell you that Can I tell them the whole thing?
Well,
Tony?
tell them what happened. I mean, it's amazing.
We've caught slow start. We go through the tower and it's calm and there's nothing. And just as it gets to the time when we've got to come to start to do this hour of the show, we've got a full face, a full body entity. We mentioned Kenny was daft enough to say that we hadn't had a single dustiest place ever, purely by its nature. And Kenny said, we haven't seen a single orb. And the second he said that,
and the face came out as well.
A face in World War II of orbs. Amazing.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. So that's in our supporters group. You'll get that probably tomorrow, I'm guessing, or late
tonight. It'll be late tonight. Yeah.
Oh, hey. Oh, you've got to come and see this.
Oh.
Kenny, got to come and see this, man. This is the spring. And if ever there was a witchy glade in all of the world, this is it. Give us the big torch, Ken, and I'll double up. You can use the night vision. Got it?
Yeah.
Got it? Just then I can double up and we can really have a look around here. This does. And you know, if you're talking about getting rid of a couple of hundred Scottish bodies, the way that the people at Chillingham did it was to find a bog. And what's the matter? Someone touch you?
Touch me, yeah. It could have been anything down here.
Oh! Oh, did you see that?
Come up there.
Daddy Longlegs just went right in my face.
Ah, God, it's there again. Sorry.
But no, in Chillingham, they found a bog. That's a wet spot where if you push a body hard enough, it just vanishes under the mud. Maybe that's what was here. You could see the hands of dead Scots reaching out through the water, caught in rigor in a place like this. Can I just tell you that although I really jumped when we were in the tower before, and both Kenny and I really had an experience that you'll find out later, that Daddy Longlegs flying straight from my face when I didn't have a hand free to waff it. I didn't like that much. It knew I was defenseless.
Carry this, like, isn't it? You know, the hand's going to come out of the water.
God.
But you know, it's places like this which would be the easiest place. You know, people say that if you're trying, I'm not trying to help murderers out there, but for those people that want to get rid of a body,
giving you tips.
A lot of people. Well, no, it's said though that many people have dug a grave in a river, and then you put the body in it, and then you put the stones over the top. And if it's a river that's constant and it doesn't dry up, how are you ever going to know?
Is that a good way to get rid of an ex-wife?
Don't go there. Jeepers, it's scary around here. Whoa, let's head out. Kenny, you go first because I don't want to put the torchlight, particularly if you're going to. In fact, Kenny, you go miles ahead and we'll follow you slowly. So we don't want to particularly see, Kenny. Give me a head start, Tony. And this is the place where the Poltergeist of Old Nan is supposed to be. Look at the pathway. It's all churned up, agricultural. There's a muddy patch you wouldn't want to be in. I'm getting a noise to the right, Tony. Are you hearing it? Bit of bird noise too.
It's getting dark now.
Yeah. Do you hear a woman's voice
Oh.
there?
Yeah, that.
I got a
Definitely
woman's
heard
voice.
that.
Hope you heard that at home.
Someone saying the audio is crackling, but we're close to the transmitter, so
Shouldn't be.
It's not us interfering. It could be
Who knows?
something else.
Look it up there. Whoa, bats just flown past my head. No question. We got all kinds flying. It is, see if we can find a something. Look it up there though, that's the place. Oh, just hearing Kenny in the distance. I think he's had something. You all right, Ken? This trail goes on forever. Of course, I sent Kenny on with a night vision camera, so it's pitch black. Did you get that?
I don't know what it was, but I got it, I think. The sound.
Trying to catch bats as well. Whoa.
Bloody hell.
What's the matter? You're getting freaked.
Just the noises, and yeah, it's very eerie down here.
It is.
And if people are saying that it's gone crackly, but that's not us. It must be something else interfering with it. Because there's nothing stopping. The audio's fine.
So we don't
We're
know
close
what
enough together.
Absolutely. So
The other camera's died, and it's got a charger in it, so I don't know what's happening.
the other camera.
The GoPro.
All right.
It's died on a full battery.
Died on a full battery. So there's something going on here. Everything we charge up before we come out. And don't forget, share this, please. Oh, look at that. Girl, you just, when you're brushing past the tree here, you just don't know what you're going to walk into. I don't know how well you can make that out. But it's nasty. It's nature doing its thing. And I'm absolutely in favour of that. But if you want a witchy trail, you've got one here. Absolutely. And there's little tiny trails that disappear off into the woods, like that one. I mean, they always advise you in places like this to stay on the path, and that is probably the best way for it to be. Oh, this is spooky down here. And little places where the flowers have fallen, giving you those purple carpet under this tangled bush. If there's any bit of wilderness that looks spookier than that, let me know. We're in witch territory here. I've got no doubt this is where old Nan was. No question at all. We're not far from Embleton here, of course, where they had the amazing story of the Embleton Piper. Whoa. Oh, hang on. I got a bit of moving black up here. Check it out. I'm just going to... Oh, something on my hand. There. Ooh. Can you see the male figure at the far end?
I can see something.
Can you see a man's shape?
I can see
in
it.
between the trees.
Between the trees, yeah.
Damn! Sorry, there was a spider on my hand. Oh,
There's something in between those two trees.
I know, I see it. Is it a man? It's a man's Isn't it a man's shape? Did you hear
I
that?
had a scream.
Just heard a
It
scream.
wasn't Kenny.
No, it was a woman. There's a bit of moving black about up there. Oh, damn. Sorry. This thing's chewing on me, yeah. Don't forget to share. If you share, you get a chance to win one of our badges. I think we've actually lost Kenny. Ken! Head back a ways.
This might take us back round
Do
to
you
where
think?
we're meant to go. I think he said they all lead back, but
Because we're going to need a good 15 minutes for our ritual. And last time we did a ritual, we did it in the supporters group, and we got a few more for them. But I just wanted one that everybody could do, because we could all do with a blast of good luck. Shapers. Do you know what we should have done when we were at the pool? We should have necromanced.
we can't on the way back if we go back this way.
Yeah, I think. Do you get anything, Ken?
Also, something's followed us all the way down there.
Really?
It was like a bird, as if it's followed us all the way down, but you could hear it in the trees all the way.
But a bird?
I don't know. It was just like in the trees all the way down. As I walked down, it kept on every so often.
We've just seen a figure of a man in the woods, just up ahead, and we heard a girl's scream.
I heard a girl.
Was it a scream then?
Like a
Screech.
loud pitch.
Yeah, high-pitched thing.
The weirdest thing, and I was just sitting there on here, to my left. Do you know, like, you imagine a beat of a heart going boom, 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 boom. I know that sounds crazy, but to the left, I kept on hearing that every so often.
Like heartbeat.
Which I cannot understand.
I think we're going to have to move back.
Might want to save some of that battery for the,
save some of your battery for
the tower.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because we want to do a bit more on the tower, because we had to come out just at the moment that everything started kicking off. We hope we can go back in and... Oh, careful. Oh, something right ahead. Oh, yeah, you see it? Right in the distance. When you see that, Kenny,
I can see that.
I just don't know how well the...
The right hand side of it.
Yeah, right at the, there's like a whiteness just moving to the right from the left. There's like a tree just behind the tree. Oh, come on.
Let's get up. Oh. It's quite dark in here, isn't it? It's a dark, mysterious kind of...
It's eerie, isn't it?
Isn't it?
This is back at that place where we saw that male figure, isn't it? Wasn't that up here? Yeah. It was this place. Something whitish moved up there.
In there.
Yeah. Right up the top. Let's see if we can catch him again. He was up there. Oh, there he is. See if you can look at, see on have a look on Tony's screen, Ken. Can you see the figure?
Oh, God, yeah. In between the trees?
Yeah,
It's standing there?
I know. Like it's just watching.
That is crazy. Something followed me all the way down there. Tony, you've got all sorts on your back.
Are we back?
Aye. Oh,
Oh, God.
look, cobweb stuff and all sorts of things.
Oh, it'll be off. Oh, God, feathers.
That's just wild. Let's head back though if we're going to get that thing done. Time is just racing on tonight. We got so much to do. You know, there's the story of the Embleton Piper. A lot of people don't know the story, but it's a beaut, really. And it's just the kind of thing that can only happen in the north. The people in Northumberland have never really been sure whether they should support the Scots or whether they should support the English, because the English treated them like dirt. And Oh, I've just got something to my right there. Just a feeling. Kenny, you can take charge again because you're not using the night vision anymore. But in Embleton, come on, let's march back if we can. We've still got a bit of this land to cover too. But in Embleton, the Scots came down and they ended up capturing a young Scottish lad, and to their surprise, they couldn't believe it because he was unarmed, didn't have a... traditionally, the Scots would carry an axe or a claymore, or at very least, they'd have a small knife called a dirk tucked in their socks. He had nothing, and he told them he was a piper. So the people in Embleton said, well, if you're a piper, here you are, and they handed him some Northumbrian pipes. And they said, play them. Well, it's very, very different to playing bagpipes, but he mastered them after a couple of hours. And by the end of the night, the whole village of Embleton were dancing. And people from all the villages around, probably Preston too, all ended up at Embleton, singing and dancing and having a right raucous night. And the Scottish guy thought the people there were lovely. They were feeding him. Pretty soon he was working on one of their farms and getting paid with food and board. And he became part and parcel of the local community. Oh, hang on. It's down to feeling, isn't it? You get a sense. And when we get out, there'll be bats, especially this time of night. This is when they come out and they eat all them midges that were eating us before. So anyway, this young Scots part of the Embleton community, until, of course, what should happen? The Scots arrived back in Embleton and they found another Scot living amongst who they perceived to be the enemy. And he said that he was still a loyal Scot, and he said that a lot of the music that he had the people of Embleton dancing to was anti-English songs, you know, but he was playing them and getting everybody dancing.
Doing the necromancer here.
Yeah, I think so. Can you help me out, Ken? Sorry, man. I know you're bundled up with stuff. It's around here, isn't it? Oh, blimey. Oh, come on. Oh. Gotta give this a try. Right here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Old Nan. I want to talk to old Nan. Are you there, Nan? Sound like an old woman in there somewhere. Speak to me, Nan. Come on, Nan. Was that you? Come on, Nan. Hello.
Yeah,
Did you hear that?
I thought it was.
Did you hear that?
100% there.
Is that you, Nan? It was a husky voiced old woman. I'm back on your stamping ground. I'm back at your... I know. Speak to me. Come on. Speak to me. I'm at your spring, Nan. My home. Yeah. My home. Did you hear that? How sad. My home. Yeah, this is where you lived. This is where you died. Did they hurt you, Nan? They hanged you, Nan. They hanged you. Come on. Speak to me, Nan. Come on. Come on, Nan. No, speak to me. She's in the background, I can hear her.
Yeah, you can.
Others are blocking her. Alright. Move back, Ken, I'm coming out of here. This is freaky. Oh. I'll take the torch back, Kenny. Right. Hey, Tony. This is some walk, mate, isn't it?
It is. It's very eerie down here.
Oh, Kenny, come on.
Jesus
come on.
Christ, what?
What the hell was that?
And he died.
What was that?
That's the second time tonight that's happened. It was like somebody bundled past the pair of us. Did you get that?
Well, not only bundled. Well, as it came past, my camera went like that.
What, like it was
Like it pushed to one side from behind.
Do you know what I got? I got that.
I got that. Like pushed.
Like just something that wasn't gonna not let get past.
Jesus Christ, man. How did that happen?
But where did it go?
Probably back to the tower.
What's what?
It looked like something up there, but that was absolutely crazy. It literally pushed us out.
I know. I thought it was you at first, and then you were at my side. You weren't behind me, and there was still a hand on my back. I don't know. Don't know what that was. We're starting to get everything now. I'm wide open to it at the minute, but that was that lit me up. That. Did anything touch you at all, Tony?
No, I don't think so. It just all happened a bit fast.
I've got to tell you, my legs went like jelly.
It all happened too fast for me.
I know that in Scotland once something touched you on your chest, I remember. And you said that at that moment that was the proof that you'd...
We're back. Should be back now.
Sorry that we cut out. Something's happening. It's affected our electrics.
Everything.
It hit us both there. Tony was the only one to escape it, and that was only because he was so far ahead.
Like I was saying, I was a cynic, and I always look for explanations, but then in that graveyard in Scotland,
Burlesque.
yeah, it touched us. Something just touched us, and I just went, and I was looking around, there's no one anywhere near us, and I felt it. I knew then, I thought there's something.
Well, I've been touched by, and sometimes you think it might be an insect or something, or just gentle, where it could be a bit of cobweb. I felt a hand on my back.
Yeah, that wasn't. You could feel like the wind. Like you running past it, like a runner runs past you.
The wind of somebody,
yeah.
absolutely. That's what I got too. But it was like, you know, if you were playing rugby and you were pushing two people out the way.
Yeah.
That wasn't light. It wasn't light-handed at all.
No.
Got a bit of a pant on myself. Absolutely.
not sure I want to go down there, right?
or any one.
That's the thing. You feel like you're being watched.
Oh, I'm getting jumpy now. I'm being touched by just the front of this guy. I don't think I've ever had a touch as heavy as that.
No. What is that?
What you found?
A block on the tree, what is it? There's a bin bag for some reason on there. Is it? It's not bees or anything, is it?
Maybe a
God,
beehive.
there's a beehive. Watch.
Be careful. That is weird. Why would that be on that tree there?
Bees come out there. I'm off. I hate bees.
Is it bee? Why would there be a black bag on that tree?
Oh, there's a couple of bat boxes on the other side.
Is that what it is?
Could be something to do.
If there were
I
bees,
don't think it's bees.
I'd be off.
Not
I
bees.
hate bees.
I don't think so. I'm a friend of bees. It's wasps I don't like.
Oh, yeah.
Bees are just bumbly and nice.
Nice.
No, they're nice because they don't want to sting you, otherwise they die. God, there's bugs galore here. Oh no, they're just bumbly. They do that. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have all the flowers we've got. Well, that's a different thing. But this is nature. They can live here. Kindly. Oh, my heart's going like a tom-tom's. Jeepers. Might see bats up here. Can you see all right, Tony?
Yeah, I'm just following the light.
You know where you end up there. Let's see if we can catch a bat or two, Kenny. Just light up a patch of sky. Let's try these trees here.
That's how it came out before, didn't it?
Yeah. They might be around the tower. Anyway, let's get back up. Jeepers. Didn't expect that. Oh, stairs. Now, I know I have whinged at a few of you over the past few weeks that I have a new torture device about one called a Total Crunch. I do 2. On a couple of occasions, I've done 3 workouts a day. Really trying hard to just change me in as many ways as I can, especially my shape. And
People have heard a
attitude.
growl. A few people are commenting saying that they've heard a growl.
Oh, you did?
I
We
heard a
heard
growl earlier
Earlier in the prison.
in the prison.
Maybe that's what's following me.
You could have definitely followed me all the way down that trail.
That could be what's following me.
I heard that.
Right next to you, Tony.
God. As soon as I said they could be following me, that happens.
Yeah.
It's definitely following me.
But I mean, what's likely to be in there if you think about it?
Oh!
That's just you just walked into a holly bush, Ken. You just walked into a holly bush.
No.
It
God.
was just a holly bush. I saw you walk into it. No, it was that. It was
Sure.
that. Yeah, it was that.
There was something.
It seemed to come round.
There was a different noise though there.
What was it? I was too far ahead.
I don't know.
Which way is it, left or right?
This
It's got to be this way, hasn't it? I can see a light this way.
is the house, and then the tower's next to the house.
All right.
Did you hear that?
I heard something. Was it a voice?
Towards
Yeah, over that way.
that way.
That's actually where the tower is. Over there.
Oh, come
Come
on.
on.
Oh my God.
Just what we needed. Have we come the wrong way?
But just a different way. Same, you get the tower still.
Oh, I see it.
I was going to say Quasimodo. That name rings a bell.
Oh, dear.
Oh my word.
Why is it at least once every time we do one of these, there's a moment where I think we should never have brought Kenny?
I've got to find like the mood and make the feel better. Oh, no, I don't want to be able to understand.
No, we've been in there and we know what's in there now. And I must admit, I'm reluctant, but come on, let's. Now, technically, we're at the end of the hour, but before we do any extra bits, before we break free, I want everybody to be able to do this. So let's get the, let's get it set up. Now, I know, Tony, that you can't go inside. Kenny, come with us.
I just can't get in because the signal, the walls are too thick.
So, set up here. Put your night vision down. Oh!
Well,
Nearly
people asking,
pulled it
the
off
clock
there.
is 5 minutes fast.
Say again?
The clock's 5 minutes fast.
Right, well, that gives us time to make a start on this. Do you mind sitting on the floor, Ken? Come on then. Come on then. Right, now, we said stick the candles out. We just need one. The other one's a spare. Stick that back in your pocket. Thank you. Now, we've got a blessing. Can you make us out, Tony?
Yeah.
And what we said was, we don't obviously want to set fire to Preston Tower, although that would be a story that you would share for your night owl badges. However, let's... There's no wind at all. What's doing that? Look at that.
Crazy. That's not going to stay away.
Can you, yes, it is. Quietly. And then if we do this, Tony, can you still see?
Yeah.
And if we do this, can you still see?
Yes. I can see the whole floor. I can see the whole thing.
You sure?
Yep.
Right, well, what I need to do, I need to be out of shot. And if we do that, and if I do, it's just I want to be able to make sure that we've got the right words for this. So bear with me a second. I do have them to hand. So this is, if you've just been having and who hasn't been having a rough year? This is a curse, and it was a witch's, not a curse, it's a witch's blessing. So what you got to do is, can you put your legs together or your hands together around the front? Yeah. I know we've, like this. How many years ago was it since we were in the infants? When we weren't teachers, we were just monks. So anyway, this is for you guys at home too, particularly. We're in a blessed place, a place that's renowned for spirit. So we're going to share and channel with the spirit a good look incantation, an incantation to change your look. Now, you at home have to take this seriously. You have to believe it with your heart. This is a genuine incantation from over 400 years ago. You know, remember at the time of when the witches were being persecuted, what were they doing? They were writing good luck spells for people. So let us just concentrate. You light your candle. Have a little piece of hair. Can you dig a piece of hair out, Kenny? If you can. You got one? Get ready, because you will be asked to light it at some point. Okay, and have you got we need a silver coin as well. Do we have a silver coin? Any silver coin at all? Looking to the guys, because I'm like the queen. I don't carry money. If not, just put a tenner in, Kenny. Any silver coin. That's lovely. Now get ready to use that as well. Keep the hair handy. So for everybody at home, you don't have to say anything until I tell you what to say. So you bow your head, you concentrate on the flame. Ash and chestnut.
Ash and chestnut.
You don't have to say it, Kenny.
All right, sorry.
Just make sure you've got one. Right. Right, okay, so you've got a little bit of time to wait. So have at least a couple of strands of your hair ready. Ash and chestnut, oak and yew, may your fortunes turn to lift and guide you. Let the winds of the north, south, east, and west guide you to prosper and to do what is best. Those you love in spirit, feel their shadowy soul. Let them lift the stresses of life, for they have taken toll. I share my essence as a gift to thee. Burn the hair, Kenny. That's good. Thank you. Make sure you at home have burnt your hair too. And ask that you change my look for me. May I feel greater health. May I have greater wealth. Let me be surrounded by love with good fortune to spare, to give help where I can, and always to share. Let me bathe in peace and serenity. Let my cares and worries subside. Let me be a much better soul, and let your spirit be my guide. I give this token of love and respect as you share your grace. May my life rise to be as good as it can be throughout my time and space. Now, if this is what you want, you've got to say, each and every one of you, this I seek. Say it now. This I seek. And to end it, you say, blessings be.
Blessings be.
And now, pick up the silver and put it on the flame till it's extinguished. And it's done. I wish you all the luck in the world. Let good fortune shine around you, shine around us all. And may you be happy and live in love. It's the greatest thing if you can find it. We're going to close the veil on this. We already have this amazing thing for you, but there's a couple of other things that we want to do before we leave this place. And we would love you to join us. So, Tony, how can people take part in next hour?
If you're on Facebook, then you just need to hit the Become a Supporter button, and then we will be live in about 5 minutes' time. If you're on YouTube, then it will be there available in a few hours' time. And yeah, there should be some links going in chat now just to help you along.
Now, beyond that, we are heading out into the darkness. We haven't touched the countryside around here, and we've already been pushed in the back. We've already been chased, can you believe it? Never thought that would happen in my lifetime. Hope you've caught something on camera. Hope you got anything around that. We got a little bit more to do. And of course, we have the amazing Preston Tower. My goodness, this has been completely unexpected for me. Really don't know what you've got.
Yeah, I didn't expect.
Don't miss a second of it. Become a supporter. Come and join us and help us do our thing. We'd love you to do that. Catch you in a second where we go visiting the death zone.